Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Ryan Awesome, and welcome to the Ryan Awesome Show. Now, before we get into the show, first off, man, if you haven't done this already, man, what are you waiting for, man? Hit the thumbs up. Hit the thumbs up, and if you're new here, hit that subscribe button. And right next to that subscribe button, there's a bell. Make sure you click on that bell so you're the first ones to know when my next video will come out because I'm here each and every single week. So make sure you hit the thumbs up if you haven't already. Hit the thumbs up. And if you're new here, hit the subscribe button. And then next to that subscribe button, there's a bell. You click on that bell. And when you click on that bell, you'll be the first ones to know when my next video is uploaded. And one last thing, don't forget to be awesome. So yeah, don't forget to be awesome. And yeah, man, sit back, chillax, grab something to eat, grab something to drink because you're watching the Ryan Awesome Show. And once again, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Ryan Awesome Show. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Ryan Awesome, and welcome to the Ryan Awesome Show. Now today on the Ryan Awesome Show, we'll be talking about Impact Wrestling Turning Point 2021. So yeah, this is our Impact Wrestling pay-per-view called Turning Point. And overall, man, really good show, man. Really good show. Enjoyed the X Division title match. The main event with Moose and Eddie Edwards in that Full Metal Mayhem match was really great, man. And plus, we have JONAH. JONAH, the former Bronson Reed, showed up tonight. Him taking out Josh Alexander, man. I thought that was really cool, man. He took him out and hit that splash, that top rope diving splash, and just had Josh Alexander just bleeding from his mouth and his nose. And he had the blood. Took Josh Alexander's blood and just smeared it all over his shirt, man. So yeah, I thought that was freaking cool, man. Really cool, and one hell of a debut too, man, for JONAH. So yeah, the best thing on that show, man. The best thing on tonight's show was that stuff, man. That and that world title match. But yeah, man. Another thing with this show, man. All champions retain their titles. So it was a clean sweep. Nobody lost their titles. Everybody successfully defended their titles. But yeah, the thing is though with this show, it started at 9 o'clock for me. It started at 9 o'clock p.m., 9 p.m. and it ended at 12. So my question is, why did the pay-per-view start late and why did it not start earlier? That's my question. But yeah, man, the show wasn't too long. 3 hours is a perfect time for a pay-per-view show. But the thing is that it started late. It started at 9 o'clock. And so, yeah, man. But other than that, man, really good show, man. Really good show tonight. So, yeah, man. So, yeah, that was Impact Wrestling Turning Point 2021. And, yeah, man, I say this in my intro all the time, man. If you haven't done this already, man, hit the thumbs up, man. Hit the thumbs up. If you're new to the channel, if you're new to the Ryan Awesome Show, or if you're watching my show for the first time ever, hit that subscribe button. And then right next to that subscribe button, there's a bell. Make sure you click on that bell to be the first ones to know my next video is uploaded because I am here each and every single week, man. Monday, I might do Monday Night Raw on Mondays. Wednesdays for AEW Dynamite. Thursdays for Impact Wrestling. Fridays for AEW Rampage. And then Saturdays and Sundays are for our pay-per-views, man, of course. WWE pay-per-views, AEW pay-per-views, and Impact Wrestling pay-per-views. So tonight was an Impact Wrestling pay-per-view. And so tomorrow we have Survivor Series. So yeah, man. So first off, man, we started our first match, and it was Ace Austin with Madman Fulton in his corner versus Chris Sabin. So yeah, I did miss parts of this match because, at first I knew that the pay-per-view was going to start late, so I took a nap because, I will get tired, man. Because most of the times when I watch shows, man, I doze off a little bit. But yeah, so I took a nap, woke up, And I thought I was gonna wake up in time, but I was 8 minutes late for the match. So yeah, man. So we had Sabin. He had a spinning DDT to Austin, and so both of these guys they knocked each other out with insecurity kicks. And so yeah, both of these guys they went back and forth. Austin hit like a diving spinning leg drop to Sabin, and then Sabin hit a superplex to Austin. And so Fulton had gotten involved in the match by getting on the ring apron, and so Sabin he had dove onto Madman Fulton outside of the ring, and so Fulton once again got involved in this match. He picked up he picked up Ace Austin's "I Beat Chris Sabin" T-shirt and threw it in the ring as a distraction, and so Fulton actually attacked Sabin while the referee was distracted by the T-shirt, and so yeah, man, so Sabin he recovered from it. He recovered from the distraction. And so yeah, so he was able to fight his way out of it. And so yeah, so to end the match, man, Chris Sabin hit his finishing move, the cradle shock. The cradle shock to Ace Austin to win the match. So therefore Chris Sabin wins the match. And that was pretty much it with the match, man. Pretty much it. Really good match. And so yeah, man, so right after that, man, we had Violent by Design. Violent by Design. That's Eric Young and Joe Doering with Diener in their corner versus Heath and Rhino. So yeah, man, so Rhino and Doering they started off the match, and then Heath he got some offense in on Joe Doering, and so Diener he had grabbed at Heath's foot, and so the referee saw Diener grab at Heath's foot, so the referee ejected Diener from ringside, and so Violent by Design they took control of the match. Young hit a diving elbow drop to Heath, and then Doering hit a body slam followed up by a running back elbow drop to Heath. And so yeah, man. So Doering he tried to hit the same move again, but Heath moved out of the way. And so yeah, we had a hot tag to Rhino. Rhino took out Young, and then Young to end the match, man. We had Young. He had hit Rhino with his white mask, his cool looking white mask behind the referee's back. So he blasted Rhino with that white mask, and for the win. So therefore, Violent by Design wins the match, and that was it, man. So that was it. Must win. It was a must win for Violent by Design. Must win because the last time Slater and Rhino they beat Violent by Design, and plus, man, Violent by Design they haven't been, they haven't been effective lately, man. They haven't been doing anything lately. But yeah, man, they had nothing. They have nothing going on for themselves right now. That's what I'm trying to say. But yeah, man, and I think it had something to do with Rhino, man. I thought Rhino was the best part. He belonged with them. He belonged with Violent by Design, and they took him away from Violent by Design. Like I thought they were really great together. Thought they were really great together. But yeah, man. But yeah, Violent by Design got the win, and yeah, we might still get a rematch out of this. But yeah, man, that was it. And so yeah, so right after that, man, we had Gia Miller. She interviews Eddie Edwards, the #1 contender for the Impact World Championship. And so yeah, Eddie he talked about his history with Moose, and then Eddie he talked about his time as Impact World Champion because he's a former Impact World Champion. And so Eddie he has said that tonight is a turning point, and Moose will pay for his sins, courtesy of the new Impact World Champion Eddie Edwards. And so yeah, so that was it. And so yeah, man. So right after that, man, we had a match. It was VSK with Zicky Dice in his corner versus Rich Swann with Willie Mack in his corner. So yeah, it was supposed to be Brian Myers. It was supposed to be Brian Myers versus Rich Swann, but the commentary team they said that Brian Myers wasn't medically cleared to compete. So yeah, he was injured. And so yeah, man. So Swann he had missed a senton bomb and landed on the floor. And so yeah, VSK he took control of the match by going after Swann's lower back. And so Swann he fought back with jabs, and then Swann hit a rolling thunder splash or rolling thunder to VSK, so shades of RVD right there. And so Zicky Dice he got involved in the match, and so Willie Mack he knocked this dude into oblivion with a clothesline. And so yeah, man, so VSK hit a backstabber to Swann, so once again going after the back. And so yeah, man, so Swann hit a handstand cutter to VSK, so that was really nice, man, really cool. And so Swann he had hit a frog splash to VSK, and VSK he barely kicked out of that one. And so to end the match, man, Swann he had his finishing move, the Phoenix Splash, a beautiful looking one too, man, to VSK to win the match. So therefore, Rich Swann wins the match, and so that was pretty much it with the match. So yeah, man. And so yeah, so right after that, man, we had W Morrissey versus Matt Cardona, always ready, Matt Cardona. So yeah, man. So this is I guess you'll say a number one contenders match for the world championship. So yeah, man. So we had a basement dropkick to Morrissey, and then Morrissey he swung Cardona into the steel steps at one point, and then Morrissey hit his big boot to Cardona to knock him out of the ring, and then Cardona he started fighting back, and then Cardona hit a code breaker to Morrissey, and then Morrissey kicks out of the move, and so Cardona hit the reboot, his signature move, the reboot twice to Morrissey. The second one knocked him out of the ring, and so yeah, man. So Morrissey hit a choke slam to Cardona on the ring apron, and so Morrissey he at one point he had knocked Cardona into the referee, so the referee was knocked down, and so yeah, so Cardona hit his finishing move, the radio silence to Morrissey, but Moose had came out. So Moose had came out. He interfered in the match and he speared Matt Cardona. And the referee, of course, didn't see it. And so yeah, man. So Morrissey pins Matt Cardona for the win. So therefore, W. Morrissey wins the match and is the number one contender for the Impact World Championship. So yeah, man. So yeah, at first I was confused at this. I was like, man, why does if you're the world champion, why would you want? And Morrissey is a threat. He's a threat to Moose Championship. Why would you want the biggest threat to go after your title? I don't know, man. I don't know. But yeah, man. I would have just stayed in the back and have him beat Matt Cardona by himself. That's what I would have done. But yeah, man, that was it with that, man. That was it with the match. And so yeah, so right after that, man, we had the Impact Knockouts Tag Team Championship match. And it was Decay, that's Havok and Rosemary versus the Inspiration, who are the Impact Knockouts Tag Team Champions. That's Jessi, McKay, and Cassi Lee. So yeah, so Decay they went right after the Inspiration, while the Inspiration went dancing along to their theme music. And so yeah, so Decay had took control of the match, and so the Inspiration they targeted Havok's arm, and then the Inspiration took control of the match. A blind tag from Rosemary. Referee didn't see the tag, so he told Rosemary to get out of the ring. And so Rosemary she did eventually get the tag, and so she takes out the Inspiration. And then at one point, Rosemary she had locked in the last chance 3 submission move, so shades of Austin Aries. And so yeah, man. So we had Rosemary. She had a German suplex to Lee, and then we had the assisted spear to Lee from Decay. And then Lee she grabbed the rope to break up the pin. And then we had an assisted powerbomb to Rosemary on the floor, so that had to hurt. And so yeah, man. So Havok hit a Samoan drop to McKay. And then yeah, and so to end the match, man, we had Rosemary, not Rosemary. We had McKay. We had McKay. She had rolled up Havok for the win. So McKay she used the ropes for extra leverage to win the match. So therefore, the Inspiration wins the match and are still Impact Knockouts Tag Team Champions. So yeah, man. So that was pretty much it with the match. Yeah, and they don't deserve a rematch. They don't deserve a rematch. They don't deserve a rematch right after that loss. Because they lost the first time. They lost the first time when the Inspiration made their debut, and then they lost tonight. So no more rematches. So yeah, so I don't know who's next in that tag team women's division or the tag team knockouts division. I don't know who's next, but I don't think anybody deserves a title match for those tag team titles. It's just like they don't have any teams. That's the thing. They don't have no knockouts tag teams. That's why I say get rid of the titles. Get rid of the titles, man, and just have like one knockouts championship. Just have everybody go after the knockouts title. That's what they need to do, man. But yeah, man. So yeah, so right after that, man, we had Gia Miller. She interviews Chris Sabin. So yeah, so Sabin he had the I Beat Chris Sabin T-shirt. So yeah, so he recovered the beat, the word beat with am. So he put tape over the word beat and just wrote am on it, and the shirt said I am Chris Sabin. And so yeah, so that was pretty much it. So Chris Sabin he was celebrating his win over Ace Austin. And so yeah, so right after that, man, we had the Triple Threat X Division Championship match, and it was Steve Maclin versus Laredo Kid versus Trey Miguel, who is the X Division champion. So yeah, man, really great match, man. So yeah, so Trey and Kid they double team Maclin, which is a smart move because Maclin is a threat. And so Trey and Kid they ended up turning on each other. And so yeah, man, so Maclin hit a tope spear to Trey, So yeah, man, really, really nice move. And so yeah, and then Kid, he had hit a 450 splash to Maclin on the floor. And then Maclin hit a running knee to Trey, followed up by a diving elbow drop to Trey on the floor off of the ring apron. And then we had an over the top rope senton bomb to Maclin from Trey. And then we had a Uranage to Trey from Maclin. And then Maclin powerbombed Kid on the ring apron. And then Maclin, he power slammed Kid into Trey in the corner of the ring. And so Trey and Kid, they were going back and forth. A poison rana to Maclin from Kid. And then we had an avalanche Spanish fly Thesz press combo to Trey Miguel from Kid. And then Maclin, he broke up the pin. So yeah, that would have been it. If Maclin was not there to break up the pin, that would have been it. And so yeah, man, so Maclin, he dodged a 450 splash. He dodged a 450 splash by getting the knees up. And so yeah, man, so Maclin hit his finishing move, the Mayhem for all to Kid. And so Maclin went for the cover. And then Trey out of nowhere, man, hit a diving meteor to Maclin. And so we had a double cutter. We have a double cover for the win. So Trey Miguel pinned both Steve Maclin and Laredo Kid. But the only problem was, Trey Miguel, he tried to pin both of them at the same time, but Maclin got his shoulder up first. Maclin got his shoulder up, but Laredo Kid did not get his shoulder up. So Trey Miguel still won the match. He still won the match, but his goal was to pin both guys at the same time, but he didn't pin both guys at the same time. He only pinned one guy. So yeah, so therefore Trey Miguel wins the match and is still the X Division champion. And so yeah, Trey Miguel, he was arguing with the referee. He was arguing with the referee, saying that I pinned Maclin, I pinned Maclin, and so the referee was telling him, no, you didn't. Maclin got his shoulder up. You only pinned Laredo Kid. Like, listen, dude, you still won the match. You still won the match, dude. And so yeah, man. So yeah, that was it with the match. So yeah, so I'm guessing Steve Maclin, he's gonna get another rematch. He's gonna get another rematch for the X Division Championship. He's gonna complain and cry, saying that he didn't get pinned. So yeah, another rematch, man, another rematch. But yeah, that was it with that. And so yeah, so right after that, man, we had the Impact Knockouts Championship match, and it was Mercedes Martinez versus Mickie James, who is the Impact Knockouts champion. And so yeah, man, so both of these ladies, they were trying to one up each other. And so Martinez hit a buckle bomb to James, and then she hit a Fisherman's Buster to James. And then James, she started to fight back for a little bit, and then Martinez had caught James with an air raid crash. And so Martinez hit a half and half suplex to James. And then yeah, Martinez, she hit an avalanche German suplex to James, so that had to hurt. When the last time you ever see how often do you ever see a avalanche German suplex, man? Really crazy, man. And so yeah, man, so Mickie James, she fought back. She had a DDT to Martinez, and so to end the match, we had Mickie James, she had her finishing move, the Mick DDT to Martinez to win the match. So therefore, Mickie James wins the match and is still Impact Knockouts champion. And so yeah, that was it with that, man. Good match. And so yeah, so right after the match, we had Deonna Purrazzo. She came out to the ring. She ran out to the ring and she attacked Mickie James. And so Purrazzo had locked in her submission move on James, the Venus de Malo, followed up by the Queen's Gambit, that power driver. And so yeah, so right after that, man, Purrazzo, she grabbed the microphone and she spoke to Mickie James. So she was standing over Mickie James, talking down to her, saying that she wants a rematch. She wants her championship rematch. She invoking her rematch clause at Hard to Kill. So yeah, and so right after that, man, we had Gia Miller. She interviewed Scott D'Amore in response to what Purrazzo had said about her championship rematch being at Hard to Kill. And so yeah, so Scott, he said that the match is official. It's gonna be official. It's gonna be James versus Purrazzo at Hard to Kill. But also there's gonna be a knockouts number one contenders match. And that number one contenders match will be an Ultimate X match. So whoever wins that Ultimate X match will get a future title shot, whoever the champion is, whether it's Mickie James or Purrazzo. So yeah, so I'm guessing the Ultimate X match will be at Hard to Kill, and whoever wins that match will either go up against Mickie James or Purrazzo. So yeah, so Knockouts Ultimate X match should be really good, man. Should be really good. And first time ever. So yeah, man. So yeah, so that was it with that. And so right after that, man, we had the Impact World Tag Team Championship match. And it was the Bullet Club as Chris Bay and Hikuleo versus the Good Brothers, who are the Impact World Tag Team Champions. That's Doc Gallows and Karl Anderson. So yeah, man. So I didn't take too much notes in the match, but yeah, we had the Bullet Club. They took control of the match, and then Karl Anderson, he had his spine buster, his beautiful spine buster to Bay. And so Gallows and Hikuleo, the bigger guys, they were going back and forth. And then Bay hit a diving drop kick to Anderson, and then he hit a famouser on Anderson. And so yeah, man. And so yeah, Bay, he tried to go for his finishing move, the ultimate finesse, but Gallows had tripped up Bay. And so to end the match, man, we had Gallows, or Anderson rather, he had rolled up Bay for the win. So Anderson had grabbed the tights for extra leverage to win the match. So therefore, the Good Brothers wins the match and are still in the Impact World Tag Team Champions. So yeah, man, this outcome, I did not agree with this, man. I did not agree with it. The Bullet Club should have won, man. They should have won that match. Like the Good Brothers, man, they are doing nothing with those titles, man. They are doing nothing with those titles. And we seen them hold those titles. Like we seen them lose it and then they won it back. Like, dude, they should have lost it. They should have lost those titles. And then you just formed the Bullet Club. You had Chris Bay join the Bullet Club. So you, like, why they didn't win the titles? I would have gave the Bullet Club the titles. You know, seeing that we had no championship title changes. I would have had this be the only championship title change. But yeah, man. But yeah, that was it with that, man. That was it with that. That was it with the tag team match. The Good Brothers are still the Impact World Tag Team Champions. And that was it, man. And yeah, just like the Knockouts tag team division, the Impact tag team division, you know, they need some tag teams too, man. They need some tag teams as well. They don't have enough competition in the Impact tag team division. They don't. So yeah, man. So yeah, so that was it with that. And so yeah, so right after that, man, we had Josh Alexander. He came out to the ring, he spoke, and he was dressed in street clothes. So he was dressed in street clothes. And so Josh, he said that he's not happy. He's not happy. He's angry. That he's angry at everything that happened to him losing the championship, and you know, and all that stuff. And so yeah, so Josh, he has said that he's angry, but he's focused. And so Josh, he has said that he will sit front row for the main event and that Moose and Eddie Edwards match. And so yeah, so Josh, he has said whether Moose wins or lose, Josh, he said he's still gonna go after Moose. And so yeah, so right after Josh Alexander was done talking, the lights had flickered on and off, and so some music had played. And so on the screen we saw JONAH. We saw JONAH on the screen, and so it was Bronson Reed, so AKA Bronson Reed. So JONAH, he had showed up and attacked Josh Alexander from behind. He attacked him from behind, and so yeah, and he hit his diving splash, his top rope diving splash, the most devastating splash in all of professional wrestling, to Josh Alexander. And so yeah, so the security people, the referees came out. They were smart enough to back away, but the security guards, they came in the ring to try to take this guy out. And so Bronson Reed, or JONAH, he had took out the security guards. And so yeah, man. And so we saw Josh Alexander. He was laying down on the ground. He saw blood coming from his mouth and his nose and all that stuff. And that came from that splash too, man. It came from that splash. So that was cool, man. Really cool. And so yeah, so right after that, man, he came back. So he was walking away. JONAH, he had walked away. He came back. He walked back into the ring, hit another diving splash. Like, I was like, God dang, dude. Two diving splashes, dude. Him hitting one diving splash is already bad enough, but him hitting two diving splashes, dude, he is not gonna recover from that. Josh Alexander is not gonna recover from that. And seeing a big guy hit a diving splash, man, like that, man. Oh man, oh man, oh man. But yeah, dude, I love every second of it, dude. I love every freaking second of this, man. I loved it. And so yeah, and then he got Josh Alexander's blood. He smeared his blood off of Josh Alexander's face and just rubbed it all over his shirt. And so Bronson Reed, he was wearing a shirt that said Top Dog, and so he rubbed the blood all over his Top Dog shirt. So yeah, really cool, man. Really cool. And JONAH, man, him coming out and attacking Josh Alexander like that, he reminded me of Samoa Joe. the heel that Samoa Joe was, like the same facial expressions, the same, attitude, and don't give a crap who he attacks, you know, or he doesn't give a crap what he does. He reminded me so much of Samoa Joe, man. He reminded me so much of Joe. That's why I was saying, man. When Joe was in NXT and Bronson Reed was in NXT, I wanted to see these two go at it, but we never got it. A match that we never saw, a match that we were robbed from seeing. But yeah, man, that was it, man. That was it, man. That was it with that. And so yeah, so right after that, man, we had the main event. And it was the Full Metal Mayhem match. The Full Metal Mayhem match for the Impact World Championship. So yeah, it was Eddie Edwards versus Moose, who is the Impact World Champion, Moose. So yeah, so both of these guys, they went right after each other. And then both of these guys, they were trading strikes. And then, so Edwards, he had a snap German suplex to Moose. And then Moose, he had got right back up. And then Eddie Edwards, he had hit a back body drop to Moose over the top rope into the table. So he went through the table outside the ring. And so at first, I didn't even see the table. And so the cameras, they were pointed a different way, so I didn't even see the tables. But yeah, man. So yeah, Eddie, he had grabbed like a trash can, and he started hitting Moose with the trash can. And then he grabbed a cookie sheet, and he hit, or Moose rather, had to grab the cookie sheet, and he hit Eddie Edwards with the cookie sheet. And so yeah, man, so we had a tope suicida to Moose. And so we had a cookie sheet shot over Moose's head. And so yeah, man, so Moose, he had powerbomb. He had powerbombed Eddie Edwards on a ramp. So at first he was thinking about whether powerbombing him on the ring apron or the ring apron or the stage. And so he was moving around. He was looking around while holding Eddie Edwards up in the air. And so he was moving around, and then he went to the stage, and so he powerbombed him on the stage. And so yeah, man, we had Eddie Edwards, he had a Death Valley driver to Moose on a ring apron, so that had to hurt, man. And then Moose hit a powerbomb. So he had another powerbomb. But this time he hit it on the apron. And then he powerbombed him again. He powerbombed him again on a timekeeper's table. So he powerbombed Eddie Edwards again he powerbombed him again, but this time he powerbombed him through the timekeeper's table. And so yeah, man, so Moose, he Pillmanized Edwards' head and neck with a chair and threw him into the ring post. And so yeah, so Eddie Edwards, he grabbed the trash can lid and he hit Moose with the trash can lid. And so yeah, man, so yeah, Moose, he had grabbed the ladder, he put it in the ring, and he put another ladder. He made a bridge out of the other ladder. And so they were both fighting on the top ladder. And so Eddie Edwards, he had hit a sunset flip powerbomb to Moose through the ladder that was draped on the other ladder, the standing ladder. And so yeah, man, so both of these guys, they took the worst of it. Like I ain't know who took the worst of it, man. But yeah, Eddie Edwards, his leg had got caught in the ladder. Like right after he gave the sunset flip powerbomb, his leg had got caught in the ladder. And Moose, of course, is hurt because he went through the ladder. And the ladder didn't even break, dude. The ladder didn't break. The thing was, it bent. It bent, but it didn't break. But yeah, man. So both of these guys, they took the worst of it, man. And so yeah, so Eddie Edwards, he had brought out a chain, and he wrapped the chain around his knee, and he taped the chain around his knee, so he could try to give that Boston knee party. And so yeah, so Moose, he had blocked the Boston knee party, and so Moose, he had hit a Uranage to Edwards. And so yeah, man, so Moose tried to go for the spear. But Eddie Edwards, he had caught him with knee strikes, so he kept hitting Moose with knee strikes, and he hit a Tiger Driver to Moose. And so yeah, man, so Moose had hit a powerbomb to Eddie on the ladder, so Eddie, he had bounced off of the ladder. So he bounced off the ladder, and he gave a Boston knee party to Moose. And so Moose kicked out. Moose kicked out of the Boston knee party. And so Eddie, he had took the chains off of his knees. So he took the tape and the chain off his knees. And so yeah, so both of these guys, they went under the ring and grabbed kendo sticks. They started hitting each other with kendo sticks, back and forth. And so yeah, man, so Morrissey came out, and he gave a big boot to Edwards. And then Moose had speared Edwards. And then Matt Cardona came out. So yeah, so Matt Cardona came out because Moose had cost Matt Cardona the win earlier tonight. And so yeah, so Matt Cardona had pulled the referee out of the ring right after the referee was going for that 1, 2, 3 count. And so yeah, so Morrissey and Cardona they brawled. And so yeah, man. So Edwards he had a future shock DDT to Moose. So shades of Drew McIntyre right there. And Moose had kicked out, so that was a close one, man. And so yeah, man. So Eddie Edwards he had brought out scissors, and at first I was like, man, why is he bringing out scissors? Like I was like, man, what is he gonna cut? Well, he gonna cut Moose's hair? Moose don't have no hair. I was like, man, what are you doing with scissors? Like, what is he doing with scissors? And so he cut the ring. He had cut the ring. He was breaking down the ring with scissors. And so yeah, so he was exposing the ring. He exposed the ring mats and yeah, the canvas and all that stuff. And you saw the wood. And and yeah, I've set up rings before. And yeah, they're made of wood and metal. So we saw that the ring mats and all that stuff. And so yeah, he exposed the ring mat and he wanted to hit. He wanted to throw Moose on the exposed wood. Yeah, and since the corner of the ring is the hardest part of the ring, that's the part that he exposed. That's the part of the ring that he exposed, the hardest part of the ring, which is the corners of the ring. And so yeah, so that area is exposed. And so yeah, so he tried to slam Moose on the exposed wood, but Moose had hit a low blow. He had low blowed Edwards. And so D'Lo Brown on commentary kept saying, "Damn you, Moose. Damn you, Moose." And so yeah, man, yeah. So Moose he had hit a Uranagi. He had a Uranagi to Edwards on the exposed wood. And so yeah, so to end the match, man, we had Moose had the spear. Moose had hit the spear to Edwards to win the match. So therefore, Moose wins the match and is still the Impact World Champion. So yeah, that was it, man. Great match, man. Great match. Great title defense. And some nice spots in this match too, man. Really great stuff, man. Really great stuff. And so yeah, man. So that was it, man. That was it with the show. That was it with the pay-per-view. Turning Point. Overall, really good show. Really good show. JONAH showing up was the best. Was one of the best things on this show. JONAH showing up in the Impact Wrestling, the Impact Zone. But yeah, really good stuff. Really good stuff. The attack on Josh Alexander. The attack, everything about it was so cool. And of course, the main event was really good too, man. And the X Division title match was really good. But yeah, man, overall, really good stuff. Really good stuff from Turning Point. Yeah, if you like this video, man, what are you waiting for, man? Hit the thumbs up, man. Hit the thumbs up. If you're new to the channel, if you're watching The Ryan Awesome Show for the first time ever, hit that subscribe button. And right next to that subscribe button, there's a bell. Make sure you click on that bell to be the first ones to know when my next video is uploaded, because I am here each and every single week, man. Might do Monday for Monday Night Raw, Wednesdays for AEW Dynamite, Thursdays for Impact Wrestling, Fridays for AEW Rampage, and then Saturdays and Sunday are for our pay-per-views, of course. Whether it's WWE pay-per-views, AEW pay-per-views, or Impact Wrestling pay-per-views, so I'm here. And so yeah, man, so yeah, follow me on Twitter at Ryan Awesome Show. And comment down below, man, tell me how you felt about Impact Wrestling Turning Point. And yeah, man, and share this video, man. Share this video with each and every single person that you come across on a day-to-day basis. And yeah, man. And I'll see you guys on Sunday. I'll see you guys on Sunday for Survivor Series. So yeah, I'll see you guys on Sunday for Survivor Series. And yeah, man. And once again, guys, thank you for the support. Thank you for the love and the support for the show. Thank you, and thank you. And yeah, man, if you missed the Go Home show, before Turning Point, the video is going to be right up here. I talk about Impact Wrestling, the Go Home show, and I talked about my predictions for Turning Point. The video is right up here in this corner, and the link to that video is down below in the description. So make sure you check it if you missed anything. And yeah, man, as always, thank you for the support. Thank you, and thank you. And yeah, man, and this has been The Ryan Awesome Show. Take care, stay safe, and don't forget to be awesome. And that's that.